That snaps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
We
you want one
can't,
quick question?
we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
First thing that I want to speak about, if you've seen the title, the Phoenix Mercury. So the details of like the lawsuit and everything like that came out today. And it's gone viral because, you know, some drama, some juicy stuff and everything like that. We'll get into it without further ado. This is from Front Office Sports. Shout out to Twitter for posting this, the screenshots and everything that went viral. And here it is, Front Office Sports. Oh, another thing I wanted to say. A dude was like, y'all men get so sassy with this topic. Like, this happens in the NBA all the time, and there's no think pieces or so-and-so about it. Brother, first of all, you obviously ain't watched the video because the first 3 minutes of the video, I'm not even talking about the entire drama of the situation. Talking about pure basketball, about how both players got better from last season. So, like, it's like, you know, folks just want to complain. I'm not Robert Griffin III. I'm not Robert Griffin III, bro. Y'all could clip that, whatever. Like, I'm not RG3. Suns keep getting sued by employees even after the sale to Ishbia. The Suns have been sued by four different current or former employees since Matt Ishbia took over from Robert Sarver as the owner. The Suns were supposed to turn. Who is this written by? Did I shout that out? Ben Horney. Oh, what a name. The Suns were supposed to turn over a new leaf after Matt Ishbia bought the team from embattled ex-owner Robert Sarver for a then record $4 billion in December 2022. However, the team keeps getting sued in federal court over allegations of workplace mismanagement, including racial discrimination, retaliatory firings, and sexual harassment, within 4 suits filed since November of last year. The most recent is the former director of security, who accuses the franchise of racial discrimination and claims it to have serious security deficiencies. All of the suits have been filed in Arizona federal court and concerns that allegedly took place under Ishbia's leadership. Each of the plaintiffs is represented by the same attorney, Cherie D. Wright of the IBF Law Group. In an email to Front Office Sports, Stacey Mitch, the team's senior vice president of communications, called the latest allegations delusional and categorically false. Most recently, on May 13th, Gene Traylor, the team's former director of safety, security, and risk management, who is Black, accused the franchise of ignoring urgent security concerns. He says proceeded with multiple high-profile incidents, one involving the Sun CEO, and another of which saw a former Phoenix Mercury basketball player, Brittany Griner, harassed at the airport. Ishbia bought the Mercury from Sarver as well. Traylor claims that the team's arena is, quote-unquote, highly vulnerable, and that he tried to alert his superiors. During multiple subsequent field tests undertaken by the Phoenix Police Department's Homeland Defense aimed at assessing the safety of public venues, plainclothes officers were able to enter the area with concealed weapons, including knives and handguns, the complaint says. The complaint says Traylor's insistence that these deficiencies needed to be addressed were, quote-unquote, disregarded as an attempt to question the authority of the higher-ups, quote-unquote, rather than as good faith efforts to protect the organization and its guests. Instead of viewing those and other instances are proof that Traylor's proposed security measures should be implemented. The team, all right, come on, bro. The team, where we at? Hold on. I done jumped from one thing to another, didn't I? Oh, okay. The team initiated a plan to get rid of him according to the lawsuit. Ultimately, he was demoted, not terminated. Traylor claims his demotion, quote unquote, was not performance-based, but rather a direct result of his identity as an educated, accomplished Black professional who is respected in this field, qualifies that intimidated the defendant and their leadership. He said, hey, man, I don't think we should get undercover cops just walking around the arenas and the premises with just weapons on them. I don't think that's a safe idea at all. And they said, oh, you're talking too much, Blackie. Traylor's suit comes not long after a Hispanic woman identified in her complaint as Jane Doe sued the team in April for discrimination, retaliation, and a hostile workplace. Before that, a 46-year-old video engineer alleged in March that the team pressured him into change his employment status from contractor and then Change his employment status to contractor and then pushed him to unsanitary working conditions. The first suit of the bunch, logged in last November, came from the Sun's former head diversity, equity, and inclusion, who alleged the workplace environment did not improve at all after Sarver told the team to Ishbia. The thorough line in these lawsuits is credible, detailed, and independently corroborated testimony of multiple current and former Suns employees across departments, races, and roles who allege a culture of racial discrimination, retaliation, hostile work environments, and systemic failures in accountability. Wright wrote in an email to Front Office Sports. Additionally, Wright said that the others have come forward and she anticipates additional lawsuits. Okay, there. Once their claims have been properly vetted. I'm not the one creating these lawsuits. The Suns' own internal contact has brought us here. The Suns, however, did say Wright is essentially extorting the team with frivolous lawsuits. The Suns will not be extorted and will not seek to hold Miss Wright and her accomplices fully responsible for their actions, Mitch, the team spokesperson, said. As to how the organization has changed since Ishbia took over, Mitch said, quote unquote, there were significant challenges with the culture under the previous ownership. We're very proud of the work that we've done to create a new culture under the leadership of Matt Ishbia. Mitch also noted that Wright has been disciplined by the Supreme Court of Arizona 2 times for, quote unquote, committing numerous violations of the rules of professional conduct, and she is currently serving a 2-year probation with the State Bar of Arizona. Wright defended her record, telling Front Office Sports, while she's entered the stipulated agreement, the Suns are misrepresenting the matter in order to smear her. In terms, it sounds like a lot of mess is going on over. Gosh, Lee, just messy. The terms of the probation, which are available on the State Bar of Arizona website, show that she was disciplined for offenses such as not submitting a timely court order document, responding to a client's request for information too slowly, and failing to keep them adequately appraised, and failing to withdraw properly from misrepresentation. Under the terms of the probation, Wright was required to pay the State Bar's costs and expenses, which amounted to a little more than $1,511. When organizations are unable to disprove the truth, they often attack the truth teller, Wright says. That is exactly what's happening here. Instead of defending themselves with the merits, they have chosen to publicly smear a black woman attorney. See, it's not looking good, man. Is the security guy who was black, or the guy who was the head of security, and now it's the former the other person that used to work for them who was a black woman. It's not looking good for you guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. Publicly smear a black woman attorney while ignoring the voices of the people who were actually harmed. They've already attempted to settle these cases privately, so their public denials ring hollow. Sarver sold the Suns, following a 1-year suspension and $10 million fine he received after an investigation conducted by law firm Watchell, Lipton, Rosen, and Katz, which found he engaged in conduct that clearly violated common workplace standards, including racist and misogynistic behavior. Okay, where is the thing? They said it was here. They said it was here. The whole thing with Sophie Cunningham. Everybody's talking about the thing with Sophie Cunningham, allegedly in one of these lawsuits. Is it from here? On the state bar? Or is that just her thing? Yeah, I think it's just her thing. You got to be in Arizona. Okay. All right. So it's not there. So where is it? Because I've seen the screenshots of the Sophie Cunningham joint. But where is the other stuff? Is it on here? Let me see. Let's see if we can find it together, guys. Okay. I'll go up here. But here is this thing. Let me see. I'll just look it up. Sophie Cunningham. See if we can find it here. Sophie Cunningham. This stuff from Reddit. Okay. I don't see anything from a reputable news outlet. If Reddit has the link to the actual thing, we can go there. Okay. Oh, here it is. Nah, it's not up here. It's not up here. They have the Front Office Sports too. Let me see, Sophie. Nothing, bro. So where's the document? Did they take it out? Did they take it out because it went viral? Let me see if I could find it. They might have taken it out. Log last November. Is this it? Will it be here? There it is. We found it. I'm the map. All right. Cool. How many pages is this? 22. Okay. Natures of the claims. Okay, I'll just search for Cunningham. Where's Sophie? Is she in here? She isn't even in here. Am I tripping? Am I not looking at the right places again? Nah, her name is Sophie Cunningham here. Okay, let me see if I could see trailer. Let me see trailer. Will it be here? Trailer. Nothing. Arizona, factual allegations, discrimination, a server, emotional distress, plaintiff, ESPN, when others are going, Robert Sarver. Okay. Let me see. Melissa Goldenberg was characterized by employees as overly racist. She was known to raise her voice to humiliate Black colleagues publicly, contributing to a work environment in which Black employees felt systemically marginalized. Y'all ever work with someone who was not Black, and a Black person would say something and then they mock them, but they do it in their voice and stuff? And I'm like, that's kind of crazy. If a Black person's like, nah, I didn't do that yet. They say, nah, I ain't do that yet. You know what I mean? Always be the crazy stuff to me in the workplace. The small things that you notice. Plaintiff's concerns and investigations and troubling practices that were met by increasing hostility from management. So the same thing, we're just seeing hostile environments. Oh, snap. Defendant's failure to address these complaints internally became apparent in November 2023 when a new incident surfaced involving another executive, Elizabeth Mariscal. Mariscal made a racially insensitive remark to a Black colleague. You only got this position because you're Black, which ultimately prompted the defendant to finally terminate her employment, emphasizing persistent unresolved issues within the organization. Crazy, bro. Say it's like the cake. Oh my gosh, what? Who said this? During the plaintiff's tenure with the Sun, she witnessed a It's funny. I started to stream of I don't think anything's gonna happen crazy on the channel until some race stuff happens. I didn't know. I'm thinking it was just gonna be some Sophie Cunningham tea. This is crazy. The Chick-fil-A comment and a retaliatory response against a plaintiff. During the plaintiff's tenure with the Sun, she witnessed a concerning incident involving Elizabeth, the same lady that said you only got this job because you're Black. Crazy. Elizabeth, let me look up this lady. I want to see this because this is crazy. Hold on. Crazy, man. Shout out to that boy Bill. Shout out to Suave. Y'all make sure y'all listen to Billy too. Expeditiously. You know what I mean? This is her? Oh, this the lady say you can't do nothing because you Black. What she said? You're Black. Is this her? No, this is the HR lady. We don't want to get no. But anyways, Miss Elizabeth. Is Elizabeth the Black lady? Who's Elizabeth? Let me pull this up. Oh, this is her. She still work for the team? Dang, we got a mutual connect and everything. As y'all see, I don't check LinkedIn often. So she's still with the team, huh? That's something. All right. Anyways, let me get back to this document. I'm just looking, snooping around. Oh, that's her. So she said that. So this, dang, okay. And she connected to Coach. Okay, Coach. All right. What's up with your man? See, that's why I don't be connecting with everybody. A human resource business partner for the organization. On one occasion, Mariscal made a racially insensitive remark towards a group of Black employees, including Monet Newton, who were eating Chick-fil-A. Mariscal commented, "They told us no. The only reason that you guys got Chick-fil-A is because you guys are Black and it's fried chicken." The remark carried clear racial stereotypes and offended the employees involved, underscoring a pattern of disrespect towards black staff within the organization. She worked in HR and she was saying that? You worked in HR and you was talking like that, Miss Elizabeth? She said they only gave y'all the Chick-fil-A because y'all like fried chicken and y'all all black. What if she laughed after that and they was just like not laughing and she walked away from the table? The Attorney General's office recently disclosed the recordings of the interviews conducted to key witnesses. In her interview, Newton detailed a similar experience, highlighting Corbett's role in fostering a culture of discrimination and favoritism towards non-black employees. She described instances of team members lying a lot that stated Mariscal, a colleague, exhibited racist behavior that Corbett overlooked. Monet expressed that her own opportunities for promotion were limited due to race, as observed by Corbett, did not support the plaintiff, who is attempting to implement new initiatives. According to Newton, Mariscal continually disrespected the plaintiff, eventually driving her to breaking point. Newton also recounted that when Corbett learned about a supportive interaction between the plaintiff and Jessica McNeese, Corbett reprimanded only plaintiff, despite plaintiff's positive reputation among colleagues as a safe space for discussion workplace issues. There's no such thing as, if someone ever tells you this is a safe space at your job in a corporate, there's no such thing as a safe space. Don't trust anybody, bro. Don't trust anybody. In a business, professional setting, corporate, never trust anybody, bro. There's no such thing as a safe space. There's no space with, like, off the record, just between you and I. None of that exists. Act as if everything you say is going to be told to somebody else. Always. Just is what it is. You know what I mean? Be professional. You know what I'm saying? And be respectful. I think that's even more, like, kind of important here. Just be respectful, bro, and you'll have nothing to worry about. But all that disrespecting someone and this and that, if you're going to talk about someone in the office, like a coworker with another coworker on like some coworker gossip stuff, make sure you keep it relatively lighthearted and always don't say it if you ain't going to say it to their face. Everything that I'm saying about a coworker, I'll say it to their face. Like, oh yeah, this person always talking about football or like soccer. Oh yeah, they love football and soccer. Like, I'm going to keep it at that. It ain't going to be like, oh, Shelly's got a fat nose. Man, what? They said, Rashad said, Shelly got it. I learned this lesson in third grade, bro. I'm in third grade on the playground, and this girl walked up to me on a swing. She said, hey, Rashad. I said, what's up? She said, you know Will? I said, yeah, I know Will. She said, you think he's gay? And I was like, I don't know. I don't really, never really thought of it. I guess so. And I kept swinging. Boy, them teachers called me up to the top of the hill. They said, Rashad. But it was like 2-3 people on the playground, bro. And I remember who did it too. She used to work for, she worked in communications, ironically, eventually. And she was working for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a few years ago when they had Tom Brady and won the Super Bowl. Ironic that she went into the field of communications. And the guy ended up turning out to be like just out the closet, growing up and stuff like that through high school and living in his truth. But yeah, it was crazy. Like, he said, yeah, did you kids say that you thought that Will was gay? And I was like, yeah. Boy, they made us go inside. We had to miss recess for like the next couple of days, and just the entire thing of recess just right on the board, the definition of gay. So we had to put gay, colon, and then happy. Gay, colon, happy. Like, and we just had to do that 50 times, bro. Not even 50 times. However long recess was. So if recess was 30 minutes, we'd be in there 30 minutes writing like gay, colon, happy. And that's when I learned you cannot trust people when they ask you something one-on-one. So I say this to create a safe space for employees and let them just talk about what's going on in the company. That does not exist, bro. Nathan Snell, what's going on, my brother? But yeah, they told us no. The only reason that you guys got Chick-fil-A is because you guys are black and it's fried chicken. It's crazy. A comment that was offensive and racially charged. When this incident was reported to Human Resources, how are you going to report it to him? She is the human resource. She is the HR lady. Elizabeth Mariscal. Human resources business partner at Phoenix Suns. If she blocked me after this video, it is what it is. I didn't want the connection anyway. They told us no. The only reason you guys got in is because of fried chicken. Crazy. The response was dismissive, advising to brush it off, quote unquote, which further marginalized the concerns, feeling unsupported, especially with Robert Smith, another senior leader present. Newton voiced frustration at her lack of promotional opportunities, despite her significant contributions being the youngest on her team. Her account further emphasized the perceptions of favoritism, racial bias, and an unsupportive workplace environment within the organizations, largely attributed to Corbett and other leaders' actions. Understanding the significance of this racially charged comment, plaintiff promptly reported this incident to Corbett, her direct supervisor. Plaintiff emphasized the impact of such comments on the organization's atmosphere and its effect on Black employees who have felt marginalized. Plaintiff's report was made in good faith, aligned with her role as a program manager of diversity, equity, and inclusion. This lady was the manager of DEI, and you came up to her and said, "Oh, snap, someone just hit me up right now. They might be watching this. Hold on. And people coming on my door. Hold on, I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna look at this tab and then open it just to make sure, because it might just be something. Hold on, let me make sure. Hey, Rashad, how would you like to move forward? You've been chosen in your chosen field, a Bachelor of Science in Multimedia. What? Ma'am, I done graduated college nearly 10 years ago, bruh. Come on, bruh. All right, man. See, that's why I don't be on LinkedIn. This lady talking about Rashad, come work for us and you could get a job in journalism with your degree, or like get a degree over here at Troy University. It was whatever. Someone on Twitter said this is the Phoenix Sun side. They're still in the same organization, yeah. And they said, "What? Yeah. That was a message I just got. I was nervous because I'm like, why I get this message at 2:30 in the morning Eastern time when I was on live on LinkedIn, and I don't be on LinkedIn like that." But anyways, yeah, if you go to HR for something that the head of HR said, bro, like of course they're gonna be like, Elizabeth just there it is. Corbett dismissed the plaintiff's concerns with your trivializing response, stating that Elizabeth was just kidding. Lighten up. I ain't gonna lighten up. You tell me that I want some fried chicken because I'm Black. We ain't cool. You ain't my partner. Now, see, like I'm saying, like, okay, we might be able to make some racial jokes if we got that relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, where you see Ray and Kai, they make them jokes. You got a Mexican homie, and y'all known each other dang 10 years, and he make a Black joke, you make a Mexican joke. Okay, it is. That's how y'all joke. But if we business colleagues, co-workers, I don't know you like that, you making a racial joke about my race, you know what I'm saying? If I'm making a racial joke to a coworker, and you shouldn't, by the way, but if I am, I'm gonna make a Black joke about myself, so nobody gets offended, but it does enough to shock you. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be no, oh yeah, Karen, you gonna bring the potato salad with the raisins? I ain't doing that. I'm like, folk, get me out there so fast, man. What? Hey, look, I ain't making no racial jokes in no place of business. That's over with. I don't think that's what this person meant. How you gonna say I didn't see it like that? You gonna walk up to some Black folks and say, I think you wanted some Chick-fil-A because y'all Black and it's fried chicken, and say, nah, she ain't mean it like that. They're trying to cover their behinds, boy. We ain't doing that, man. What is we talking about? Y'all can cover y'all behinds all y'all want. Y'all gonna have to give her that money on. I can see through it already. And it was the lady that was the head of DEI. Man, y'all know how they look at the head of DEI. We found out what that was a couple years later because this happened in 2023. So you already see in 2025 what they think of DEI and the entire department and stuff like that. Crazy. DEI done became the whole new, you know what I'm saying? N-word. The DEI, and then the what was it? The Black people fatigue or whatever. Like that became a thing. You know what I'm saying? Just different ways of saying, like, how can we say the N-word in a more interesting way? And then the other girls, Shiloh actually said the N-word to a 5-year-old child, and they were like, it's just a word, get over it. Man, you can't tell somebody, look, man, I ain't gonna lie. I hope this plaintiff win. I'm gonna step out of my reporter bag and I'm gonna save my little bias. I hope this plaintiff win because it's too many times. I think a lot of black people can relate to this where they face these microaggressions in the workplace. But this was an extreme example of that went over the line, way over the line, and they tried to downplay it. And they might just get away with it depending on what the judge, the jury, and the legal team or whatever who's handling it, the court look like. They might get away with it. So I just wanted to say that because that's unacceptable, bro. To push someone out of their own job, make them feel uncomfortable talking about some, fried chicken again, huh? Nah, man, we ain't doing that, bro. Over Chick-fil-A, it ain't even no Popeyes. It ain't even no Church's Chicken. This is Chick-fil-A. This is like respectful fried chicken. This is like professional fried chicken. Anyway, before I get to it. Acting aggressively. Let me see if there's anything else in this one. The plaintiffs, a published ESPN article, acting aggressively, being aggressive, feeling attacked. See how folks using words, but the NBA, Sierra. Yeah, but it's crazy though, Phoenix. I got too much mess going on, dog. Sheree Wright. Best of luck to Sheree Wright for sure. Where's the one with the Is this the Legend March? Is this the one? This might be the one. Let me see. This might be the one with the one that we came for. Nope, it ain't in this one either. Is this the same one? Because it's by Sheree Wright again. Let's see. I'm going to just scroll down. If I see Chick-fil-A in bold letters, and we know what it is, it's the same thing. Your experience, scheduling, and working games should not change. The administrative changes are as follows. You will now have to fill out and submit invoices for the work. That's when they told them that you switched over to contractor from full-time employee. Yeah, them boys are trying it, man. Jesus effing. Ooh. Do you have to be white and 40 to get respect in this place? Oh, wow. He was upset. This plaintiff, an offensive remark was made in front of other employees. Plaintiff, deeply offended, immediately informed Tony. Wow. Okay. The response and the discriminatory. Oh, hold on. Let me see how that even. Specific acts of discrimination and retaliation include, but are not limited to the following. Plaintiff was subjected to a hostile and discriminatory work environment when Tony, an audio-visual technician, and one of the newly hired and younger employees approached the plaintiff and made a derogatory comment. Oh, so he was saying like, you ain't paying attention to me because I'm not old and white? I don't know. I don't even know. In response to the discriminatory comment, they took swift action. Goodness gracious, bro. What a poop show. The Phoenix Suns and Mercury. Y'all not even good enough for all of this. Anthony Edwards just swept y'all. And then the next year, y'all followed it up. Y'all ain't even make the play-in. And then the Mercury, don't even get me started on the Mercury. They've been trash since they were supposed to have a super team, which was about 2-3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? BG, unfortunate, was unable to play that season. BG has been free. BG's in the A now. Thank God. But like they had that whole situation. Diamond DeShields didn't really work out. Tina Charles didn't really work out over there. And Diana Taurasi was just old. It's just not good, bro. The Mercury and the Suns. But it started off pretty, you know what I'm saying, positive this year. I ain't gonna lie. I'm saying new beginnings. Satu had a good, you know what I'm saying, debut. Kyle Copper get better soon. Get back to the court soon. Basketball is better with Kyle Copper's playing it for sure. Anything else? I'm trying to see in this one because there's obviously multiple documents and multiple lawsuits. I'm going to stop when I see something in bold because do I have to be white and 40 to get respect? is crazy. But it ain't crazier than that. Y'all eating Chick-fil-A because y'all black and it's fried chicken. That was the craziest one so far. I don't know if I'm gonna find something as crazy as that. Sued the team. This is all right. Is this it? Cunningham. I'm gonna look up Cunningham. Cunningham. Nope, nothing with Cunningham. Where's the Cunningham one? All right, let me see. Scroll up. Is this one? Let me see. Let me see. Cunningham. Oh, there it is. We found it, ladies and gentlemen. We found it. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It's a lot of bold letters in this one. A lot of T. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. All right. They get into it. All right. Cornelius Craig's hiring was intended to disrupt the plaintiff's role in the workplace. Defendant frequently results to shameful and pathetic defense. How can it be racial discrimination if the supervisor is black? Where have I heard that one before? I have black friends. The answer is clear. It is racial discrimination when a black supervisor or manager is explicitly hired to target black employees at the behest of the racist executives. I'm going to get little Mr. Tomby to tap dance over here. Do it, Kuta Kente Toby. Anyway, same thing with what's going on at FAMU. While the people and the kids, the alumni, the entire FAMU fan base is like, yo, we don't like this because this is a person that looks like they're going to be a mouthpiece for Ron DeSantis and everything that comes with Ron DeSantis and that entire culture. And if you know, you know, the MAGA culture. We don't want that over here at our HBCU. We want to protect our HBCU. And Ron DeSantis represents a world and a culture that is against even teaching schools, allowing people to teach about the history of black people and the black Americans. The little bit that you learn about black Americans, like slavery. We didn't throw that out. We don't need that. It stirs in hate, division, and woke mindsets and things of that sort. And it's like, bro, how are you going to now lead a HBCU, bro? Like, how's that going to work? I'll tell you how it's going to work. They're going to try to flip the switch and brainwash all the students and wash it out and drain the HBCU culture out of it slowly but surely with the new president. Anyways, that's the same thing. Hiring a black supervisor. So any concerns or critiques that you have of your black employees, you can just give it to the black manager. And the black manager is like, hey, pick up the slack. Stop being so lazy. Your moon cricket. Yeah. On October 1st, 2024, around 3 p.m., after the defendant became aware that the plaintiff was preparing to file to the complaint, Bartestell called the plaintiff. At this point, Corbett, Jessica McNeese, Joy Harper, Michael Hartel, members of People and Culture team were fully aware that the disparate treatment the plaintiff had been facing. Disparate. I'm sorry. It's late. It is responsible to believe that the defendant knew other employees were also considering filing their own complaints. During the call, Bartelstein asked the plaintiff about his concerns regarding Craig. And the plaintiff replied, Cornelius is a problem for me and the security team. Bartelstein responded straightforwardly, talk to me, Gene. Give me a reason to fire him. Following this conversation, plaintiff and Bartelsell scheduled an in-person meeting at his office. On or about October 24th, Craig called the plaintiff in at 6:27 p.m. See, like when you file lawsuits, you got to have the time sense for everything, bro. One person, man, look, man, I'm all too familiar with people keeping time stamps of every little thing. And they're like, they did this, they did it to exaggerate what really happened and make you look like the worst person ever. I'm like, bro, that's some police stuff, bro. Like, Craig spoke in a frantic tone prior to the call. He was fully aware that the plaintiff had filed complaints against him. During the call, Craig verbatim stated, I had to do it. They had me by the balls. When the plaintiff asked Craig to clarify, he explained before stating that his employment with the defendant, Corbett and Marchetta, had contacted him, informing him that the plaintiff was considered a threat to the organization and something indeed needed to be done about him, essentially implying that Craig's responsibility to terminate the plaintiff. Dun, 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 dun. On October 10, 2024, plaintiff and Bartelstein met, during which the plaintiff expressed concerns about Craig's behavior, describing him as inappropriate, threatening, and detrimental to the organization. Plaintiff explained that on Craig's first day with the organization, he told the plaintiff, "You are being demoted to a safety and training development leader. I talked to Kim, and I've got everything I need to know about you." Oh, what are you talking about? Which clearly indicated that Craig was targeting the plaintiff. Plaintiff also shared with Bartelstein and Craig had been spreading damaging information about him and could jeopardize the organization. That's what I say. Don't say nothing about nobody in your company if you ain't going to say it to their face. Don't do it, because you will be grass, as they say. When Bartelstein said plaintiff to reveal what Craig was saying, the plaintiff explained that Craig had been telling others that Josh Bartelstein is hidden on that Sophie Cunningham. And this is where we get to the tea, baby. Additionally, the plaintiff requested that Bartelstein spoke with the security team about Craig's behavior. So Craig had that tea. Plaintiff had that tea and said, "Yo, you know Bartelstein, the CEO? Yeah, him and Sophie Cunningham. Yeah. Miss Sophie Cunningham herself. Best believe." It makes sense, these allegations, and I ain't even going to go there, but if you know, it's a joke. Plaintiff requested that Bartelstein speak with security team about Craig's behavior. The plaintiff further expressed frustration that the complaints made to the People and Culture Department had not been addressed. Plaintiff also told Bartelstein that Craig had remarked, "Your health issues are self-induced." Oh, he must be big. Bartelstein's attempt to feign ignorance about Craig's behavior was inexcusable, and that remains inexcusable now. Plaintiff believes that Bartelstein was fully aware of the racial discrimination and other inappropriate actions carried out by the defensive executives. Plaintiff reasonably believes that Bartelstein, alongside Corbett, Marchetta, and Ward, specifically hired Craig to target the plaintiff, and also believed that Bartelstein approved his plan. This will further be elaborated later in this complaint. "You can be in Hawaii for all I care, as long as you meet your deliverables." During this vulnerable and emotional period, Craig's threats to the plaintiff's job security made the plaintiff reasonably fear that exercising his rights of requesting ADA accommodations will result in termination. Ward sent a follow-up email regarding, I'm just reading the bold stuff now, regarding the meeting, expressed that Craig will be joining the organization and will decide the best structure for the security team. Dang. So this is security man's lawsuit. In February 2025, when the NBA conducted its own security assessment, defendant again failed, this time under the leadership of Craig and Corbett. Defendant's arena is highly vulnerable since handguns and knives can be easily brought into the venue. Plaintiff also expressed, okay, so the same thing that we were discussing from the article. Okay. Is there anything else? I think that's it, y'all. So yeah, trouble in paradise, just a lot of mess. Very messy. It's getting sticky over there in Phoenix with the Mercury and the Suns organizations. And yeah, let me see. They'll settle on court is what Nate says. That's how it always goes. Yeah, it's just ugly. Ugly. All right, bet. So with that being said, let's get to the next thing, man. Best of luck to the black coworkers fighting for their rights and stuff. All right, so this is the last thing of the night. I talked about Joe Biden on the podcast, on 1 a.m. podcast, and I'll probably clip that up and post that on this channel, that segment, because I don't know, those are my thoughts, and I feel a way about the cancer disease, and I feel a way about the Biden-Harris administration, because that is the administration that I covered. And I just wanted to kind of state everything there. So that might be coming tonight as well.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.